It's going to come down to micro. It's going to come down to the micro of those Marines and the sieging of the tanks. If the tanks siege at the right time and the Marines are able to pull back and get away from those Banelings and not get killed by the Zerglings, and it's going to come down to those fungal growths, because the fungal growths are placed just right. He'll be able to kill all those Marines, and very smartly, DeLoAdEr pulling back his Marines. He cannot let his Marines die. The Marines are basically the heart of his army. While these may be the damage dealers here, this is the protection here, and he needs this protection to be able to deal with this. And here come the Roaches pushing up, but these Siege Tanks doing massive damage. Oh no, look at this Melkor coming from the back, able to clean this up, but he needs to watch out. Very smart play, pulling away with his Mutalisks to save them, killing this medevac and throwing down the fungal growth on top of those Marines, doing a massive amount of damage to that and cleaning that up handily. Well done by Melkor. That play was beautiful. But DeLoAdEr is at 112 supply still, and he has this gold expansion. So basically, we're looking at a 3-base Zerg versus a 3-base Terran with a gold expansion. And as a Zerg player, this is not a situation you want to be in. Basically, I mean, Melkor came out on top on that battle by far, but because DeLoAdEr is ahead in the macro, he's able to build his forces back up and deal with this no problem. We see Corruptors coming out for Melkor, and you know, there are no air units really to speak of except for the meta. I mean, I don't think he's getting those to deal with the medevacs though, and so Greater Spire is already built. Wow, I was expecting to see it here, and it was not there. So we are going to see Broodlords immediately being morphed on the field, and that is absolutely beautiful. Drop back here from DeLoAdEr, gonna snipe that spawning pool, no problem. But he needs to target fire that. He needs to stop shooting the army. Oh my goodness, DeLoAdEr. A little bit of a fail on the micro there. If you're going to lose your units, at least keep target firing the spawning pool so that you can snipe out that spawning pool and keep the Zerglings from being built. Basically, that stops Zergling production and Baneling production, because you can't produce the Banelings without the Zerglings, even if you have the Baneling nest. So, well, you can do it with the ones that are left. And here we go. The scan did go down, so DeLoAdEr is going to be well aware of the threat that is on the table right now, which is these Broodlords. But that means, what is he going to do? He's going to probably be bringing out, I don't see them yet, he's not bringing out any more Vikings or anything like that. So, looks like, there we go, Vikings just starting to be built right there. 2 Vikings being built, as well as a medevac and another Viking. So he'll be having 3 Vikings out really soon, and they will probably be out just as the Broodlords arrive to the other side, and we see the Mobius Reactor going down for the Ghost. Ghost plus Mobius Reactor, now that's beautiful, because you'll be able to snipe against those biological units, and using the snipe on the Broodlords, people don't think about using Ghosts that way, but Ghosts are just so powerful against Zerg because of that snipe ability, able to deal with those, or excuse me, it's the light units that they do it to, or I can't remember if it's light or biological. I have to check a Ghost when it comes out. So obviously I don't play Terran, so I don't remember these things. Oh my goodness, and Melkor just with very poor positioning of those Broodlords and losing 3 of them, and that is definitely not where he wants to be right now. And DeLoAdEr moving forward, pushing this army back with these Vikings, and about 2 Corruptors able to come here, and it's with some extra infested Terrans on the ground, able to deal with that. But more Vikings are coming out, and I mean, with the combination of that as well as the Ghosts. Now I just want to check the snipe real quick. So that is a careful shot, dealing 45 to... Yes, so only biological units. So basically, I seem to recall from some pro games them sniping Broodlords out of the sky. And that's just so powerful, because look at this. Broodlords only have 225 health. 225 health. And these snipe shots deal 45 damage and cost 25 energy. So, I mean, if you have a Ghost here with full energy, I mean, well, you do the math. That's 8 times 45 damage. So, that is a lot of damage. That's almost 2 full Broodlords worth of health. Oh, but look at this. A nice Zergling run by Melkor on this expansion right here, which is definitely what he needed to do. He cannot let DeLoAdEr be up an expansion on him. I mean, right now DeLoAdEr is still matching him every step of the way, matching him on expansions, which is definitely a perfect position you want to be in as a Terran player, keeping up with the Zerg player on expansions. But even now being 1 up on him, even though it's not mining yet. Meanwhile, these Vikings versus Corruptors with the Marines in the front. There's going to be some fungal growth going down. No fungal growth, but some Banelings able to kill about 1/3 of those infantry units. There go the snipes. Snipes going down on the... what are they going down on? They must be going down on the Roaches, I guess. So, but Snipe's just so powerful, and then of course keep in mind that, I mean, the Ghosts they do plus damage to light, so they're actually pretty powerful. Oof! 6 more Broodlords being morphed on the field, more Snipes going down, and there we go, look at Snipes taking out that, and the range on those Snipe is just so beautiful. You gotta love the range on that Snipe, able to do so much damage from afar. And now pushing forward, able to snipe another Broodlord, and then quickly pulling back so that he doesn't lose them all, while the tanks are able to clean up the Zerglings that are chasing him. And just DeLoAdEr with superior micro. I mean, Melkor is playing just as well and microing his units extremely well. A little bit sloppy with a couple of Broodlords earlier on, but right now he is really showing some perfect micro and using this gap right here to his advantage. The Snipe just barely being able to reach these units here, and there goes some more Snipe doing some massive damage to these Broodlords, and just very, very well played by DeLoAdEr. I love this army composition that he has, but these Broodlords might just be too much for him as they push forward. And man, I'm going to run out of breath as his action is just so intense. And look at these Vikings able to do full damage to these Broodlords. And there is nothing fighting against them right now. There's, oh my goodness, it looks like Melkor is going to be losing all of these Broodlords to these 3 Vikings that are left here. Meanwhile, this Infestor just kind of, I don't know where he's going. I guess he wanted to try to get a fungal growth down on those SCVs. And meanwhile, we have a Corruptor moving up here, but that one Corruptor is going to get easily sniped by the Vikings. And those 5 Vikings basically saying, you know what, we have controls of the skies now. So you can just back down, Melkor, and all Melkor has left to show is now Zerglings, and the production is dead for right now. Is that complete? The production tab is completely dead for Melkor. I don't know if there was some kind of harassment going on in his mains or anything, in his bases or anything like that. Maybe, I mean, DeLoAdEr, well known for doing drops while we're in the action, so maybe while there was some huge action over here, some drops going on. We'll check the unit tab real quick. We do see 62 drones to 84 SCVs, and 62 drones at this point in the game is pretty low, so I am going to assume that there was some kind of drop either in the main, the natural, or one of the expansions that did some damage. And meanwhile, see, yeah, look at this, drops coming from DeLoAdEr, so I'm assuming that these kind of drops were going on throughout the entire game. And look at this, Melkor throwing the expansion down right as the dropships arrive at his base. And meanwhile, see these Hellions moving in, going to try to do some harassment. Maybe there was some Hellion harassment earlier on. Roasting drones, very nice, able to kill some drones. And at this point in the game, I mean, every little bit helps. So I don't think that those, they didn't kill enough drones to make it fully worth it, but still able to get into the mind of Melkor. But now Melkor moving out with a huge contingent of Mutalisks. And as DeLoAdEr never did get those, oh, fungal growth, beautiful, but he needs to pull back those Mutalisks while the fungal growth does his damage, although now he is doing quite well. But he's cleaned up, these Mutalisks are getting cleaned up by these Vikings, and the Vikings just able to basically take control of the skies completely with the help of those, Marines. I really think that, oh, and the Snipes as well, I did hear some Snipes going on, able to deal with those Mutalisks handily. So, and there's the GG from Melkor. I definitely was expecting that to be coming at some point soon. And, I mean, at this point in the game, there was really nothing left. I think that was a last-ditch effort from Melkor coming forward with those Mutalisks, trying to beat down the army of DeLoAdEr. But I'm not sure, maybe he should have gone over here, and basically, if he had gone here, there was no defense here at all against air units, and he could have easily cleaned up a lot of these SCVs, and he might have still been in the game. But I think, you know, that might be wishful thinking, because we do look at this, I mean, he did lose like 10, 15 Mutalisks up on the front line there, so that's about another, you know, 20 supply there missing. But even then, he was so far behind at that point, I don't think there was anything Melkor could do, and so he just decided to go for a last-ditch all-in on DeLoAdEr to see if he could do something. Well played by both players, definitely an extremely entertaining game, and I am running out of breath already, and I'm only 2 games in to this casting marathon, so I've got at least one more for you guys, and I'm going to do it right away, so hopefully I don't run out of breath on that one. The next one is also, as promised, from DeLoAdEr, and will be a TVP. So let's get right into that now.